Hey makers, it's Bree from Minerva. Today I'm excited to spotlight one of our favorite indie pattern designers, Sewn. So in this video, I'll take you through a printed pattern, I'll show you my 10 favorite designs, highlight pattern details and features, and of course explore some pattern pairings. So all the products are linked below, so you can check out all the details as well as see what other Minerva makers have made with them. So there's lots of inspiration on the Sewn hashtag, so definitely check that out too. Sewn is an indie pattern company that focuses on chic, comfortable wardrobe pieces. Their aesthetic is very down to earth, very natural. You'll see a lot of linen in this collection. Many of their patterns have a more relaxed fit, but still with a sweet feminine edge. These patterns are really well drafted with great instructions that highlight expert finishing techniques. So before we get into my favorite designs, let's take a look at the paper pattern itself. So here on the front, we have a garment photo. We have the size range and the difficulty rating. On the back, there's a description of the garment, a line drawing, recommended fabrics, notions and tools. Then we have the size chart, the fabric requirements, and the finished garment measurements. So opening it up, we have the tissue pattern with the nested sizes and the instruction booklet. I love having a physical instruction booklet to keep out on the sewing table, and the Sewn booklets are so cute. So that's the physical paper pattern. So let's jump into some of the designs. To start us off, I have the Burnside bibs. They're a major favorite in the sewing community. It's such a fun take on overalls or dungarees. Version 1 has a more feminine curve at the bib, and version 2 has the more traditional. Both versions have long bib straps that cross in the back, and they're threaded through belt loops that can tie at the front or the back. The Burnside bibs have a wide leg that can be made either in full length or cropped. They feature a curved patch pocket at the front and traditional patch pockets at the back. There's darts in the back for shaping, and even though they close with an invisible zipper, the waist is really adjustable because of the way that the straps pull through those belt loops, so it creates kind of a paper bag waist look at the back. So the Burnside bibs come in US size 00 to 20, so that's a 34-inch hip to a 50-inch hip. For fabrics, you'll want to look for medium to heavyweight wovens like denim, canvas, or even a stiff linen for that traditional overalls feel. But you could also go with lighter weight fabrics with more drape for kind of a dressier look. Fabrics like tencel or viscose twill, even sandwash silk would be great options for the Burnside bibs. So I've gone the traditional route with this heavy textured 100% linen. I've picked the color ginger because it kind of has that classic railroad feel, but it also comes in 29 colors. I love the rest because I think it functions like a neutral, but with a little more flair. So it's going to match with lots of other colors. I think made up in the Burnside bibs, you'd have a really cool wardrobe piece that you could dress down with like a t-shirt or dress up with a smart blouse and heels. So next up, we have another wardrobe staple, and that is the Remy raglan. I love a raglan sleeve, and I think the Remy is such a sweet pattern. I love the open neckline and the rolled sleeves. There's options for a short, a 3/4, and long sleeve. You can also cut the center front on the fold, or you can have a center seam with a really cute rouleau loop and button. The Remy raglan comes in the new updated sizing, so the paper pattern comes with both the standard and the curvy range in one envelope. So the standard range is sizes US 00 to 20, which is a 31 to 47-inch bust. And the curvy fit is sizes 14 to 34, which is a 41.5 to a 61.5-inch bust. Several sizes overlap, but the curvy size is drafted for a fuller bust and a narrow shoulder ratio. Fabric suggestions for the Remy include lightweight linen and cotton for a casual top, but drapier fabrics like tencel, silk, and viscose work nicely as well. If you plan on rolling up the sleeves, I'd recommend going with a solid or a yarn dyed print since the underside does show as you roll up the sleeve. So the Remy raglan was actually designed to pair with the Burnside bibs. So I chose a fabric that would go really nicely with the ginger linen, and that is this really pretty Atelier Brunette Dune Viscose Crepe. This is the colorway Smoky, so it's this really nice dark teal kind of gray color with little flecks and this really cute rust design in it. So I think the pattern and fabric would make a really lovely versatile blouse. You could wear it with the Burnside bibs, but also dress it up with a skirt and heels or just with jeans and sandals. So love the Remy raglan. So our next pattern is a longtime favorite in the sewing community, and that is the Tabor tee and sweater. So it's a loose-fitting V-neck tee or sweater with a drop shoulder. You can choose between a crop length or go full length with either a curved hem or a straight hem with cute little side slits. There's also options for the sleeves. Choose between just the grown-on sleeve, add a little band for a short sleeve, or go full length. The main feature is the V-neck, and there's options for a simple thin neckline, or you could go for the really chunky overlapped V. With so many variations, you could have a Tabor tee for every season. The Tabor tee comes in US sizes 00 to 20, which is a 31-inch bust to a 47-inch bust. Recommended fabrics for the Tabor include drapey knits like viscose or modal, and also sweater knits. So look for fabrics with at least 25% crossways stretch, but less than 6% elastane, lycra, or spandex. So that's a lot of numbers. What do they mean? Well, the 25% crossways stretch refers to the ratio of stretch the fabric has when it's stretched out compared to when it's not stretched. So there's a couple ways you can find this. First is on our website under product details, very handy. Second is by measuring and dividing the maximum stretch length by the unstretched length of a small piece of your fabric. And third, by this handy chart here on the pattern. So because of the neckband shape, it's recommended to have 6% or less of elastane, lycra, or spandex in your fabric content. So fabric content is really easy to check on our website since it's listed in the description. For the Tabor, I've picked a fabric for the sweater version. I've chosen this beautiful linen viscose sweater knit in the color deep teal. So it has 50% crossways stretch and no elastane. It's 55% linen and 45% viscose, so all of the stretch comes from the knit weave. It's super light and drapey, and I think made up as a Tabor, it would make such an excellent sweater for transitioning through seasons and perhaps to throw on cool summer evenings. So now I have another sweater pattern to show you. The toaster sweater is a cult classic in the indie sewing community. It even won Best Pattern Award in 2017. The toaster sweater is a unique pattern because it's pretty much two patterns in one envelope. Like, it's more than just a variation. These are two very different sweaters, and they're both fantastic wardrobe staples that you would reach for again and again. So version 1 is a semi-cropped sweater with raglan sleeves, long cuffs, a thick waistband, and a funnel neck. I love this version so much. It's so cozy, and I think that the waistband, neck, and cuffs are so perfectly balanced. It works best in thicker, stiffer knits like French terry, sweatshirt fleece, polar fleece, and double knits, and needs around 20% stretch. Version 2 is almost the opposite. It is fitted at the shoulder and features a set-in sleeve, and it floats softly away from the body. It has a built-up funnel neck and split side seams. Depending on the fabric, this is one that you could really dress up or dress down. Recommended fabrics for the Toaster 2 are similar to that of the Tabor sweater. So that linen viscose sweater knit would be great, as well as fabrics like wool jersey, viscose jersey, modal, and ponte. The Toaster sweater comes in sizes extra small to XXL, so that's a 31-inch bust to a 47-inch bust. Now, I love both versions of the Toaster. I think they're both great pieces to have in your cold weather wardrobe. But if I had to pick one, I'd pick version 1, and I'd make it up in this lovely Lady McElroy loop back French terry. So it's 100% cotton, but it has 20% crosswise stretch. These little dots are part of the weave, so it has a really nice texture. While it does have some body, I'd probably use some knit interfacing like the Vlisolina H6309 to give the cuffs and the funnel neck a little more stability. But how cozy would a toaster be in this fabric? I can just imagine being curled up with some tea or hot cider. Oh, I love it. The next pattern is one of my personal favorites. It's one of my tried and true patterns, the free range slacks. So these are the perfect elastic waist woven pull-on trousers. They're comfortable but also chic. There's a cropped wide leg version and a tapered leg that can be left at full length or rolled up. Both versions have really excellent front slant pockets. Like, they're huge pockets and they have such a cool shape. Both versions have this really cool side panel, which is a nice visual feature, but also provides a bit more room to play around with the fit. So if you've never made trousers before, these are a great first project. The instructions are super clear. There's even a fit guide included in the pattern, and the pattern introduces some really nice finishing techniques. So the free range slacks come in 2 different pattern sizes, so you want to be sure to order the right one based on your size and shape. So the standard fit includes sizes 00 to 20, which is a 34 to 50 inch hip. The standard fit is drafted for a slightly straighter figure, where the curvy fit accounts for more roundness in the belly and hips, which is awesome. The curvy range for this pattern includes sizes 18 to 34, which is a 49 inch hip to a 65 inch hip. Like many of the Sew House 7 patterns, the free range slacks were designed with linen in mind, but other light to medium weight woven fabrics like tencel, viscose twill, and chambray will work nicely as well. So I have gone with this enzyme washed 100% linen in the color olive green. It's a medium weight with a lovely slubby texture. It also comes in 21 colors. I love this olive though. It's definitely a bright olive green, and I think would make such a gorgeous wardrobe staple made up in the free range slacks. The next pattern I have to share with you is the Wildwood wrap dress. So it's a true wrap dress with a wide feature belt, a shawl collar, and a straight, almost like a cocoon skirt. So version 1 has a shorter grown-on sleeve and reaches just below the knee. Version 2 has a full dolman sleeve and a longer midi-length hem. I love that the pattern includes some really nice finishing techniques like French seams and a wide facing for the skirt hems. So like the free range slacks, the Wildwood wrap comes in 2 size bands, so be sure to select the correct size for your paper pattern. The standard fit includes sizes US 00 to 20, which is a 34 to 52 inch hip, and is designed for the straighter figure. The curvy fit includes sizes 16 to 34, which is a 47 to 65 inch hip, and is designed for a fuller figure. So the curvy range has a deeper bust cup, narrower shoulders, and is designed for more rounded hips. So light to medium weight woven fabrics work well for the Wildwood wrap. You could go for a slinky wrap dress in something like a viscose or a tencel, or something more earthy and architectural in a sturdy fabric like linen or midweight cotton. So I've chosen this gorgeous, heavy stone washed 100% linen. This texture is incredible. It was so hard to choose which color I wanted because there are 17 to choose from. In the end, I went with this soft lavender. I think the texture and the structure of the linen really suit the earthy feel of the Wildwood wrap, but this cool lavender makes it feel a little more chic and modern. The next pattern is so fun and unique. So this is the Nehalem pants and skirt pattern. So this was inspired by the tie-over style fisherman's pants often seen in Southeast Asia, but with a more feminine flair. So both the trousers and the skirt wrap and are secured with a waist tie, so no closures to sew. The tall waistband can be folded down or left up for a dramatic paper bag waist. Both feature large dramatic front patch pockets. You can make the skirt in either knee or T length and the trousers at either full or cropped length. The Nehalem pants and skirt come in sizes extra small to XXL, so that's a 34-inch hip to a 50-inch hip. So medium weight woven fabrics are great for the Nehalem pants and skirt. For a swishier chic look, you could go for drapey fabrics like tencel or viscose twill. Or if you're wanting to pay homage to the original fisherman's pants, you could pick a more structured fabric like a mid-weight linen or cotton canvas. I wanted to go for a drapey statement pair of pants, so I chose this Meat Milk smooth drape tencel twill in the color amber. So this is one of my favorite fabrics. I think the drape is just incredible, but it's still a really great bottom weight. Plus, it comes in 27 colors. So I chose amber because I love this dark gold. I think the fabric plus the Nehalem pattern is a major wardrobe win. So the next pattern is so sweet. This is the Tea House dress and top. So it's a T or knee length dress, but also comes with a blouse version. It has a paneled front with patch pockets that are anchored in the side seams and a cuffed grown-on sleeve. There's a front and back yoke that makes for a super clean finish, and the shaping comes from an inverted box pleat at the back neck as well as waist ties that are either anchored in that center front or by a back tab. You can choose between a thick belt or spaghetti thin straps for the waist ties. I love that there are no closures. It just slips on over the head but has plenty of waist definition from those ties. The Tea House dress and top comes in sizes US 00 to 20, so that's a 34-inch hip to a 50-inch hip. Lighter weight woven fabrics are great for the Tea House dress. So viscose, cotton lawn, cotton voile, linen, chambray are all great options. I have chosen this beautiful linen viscose blend in this really pretty wildflower print. It is super light and floaty. It is 70% linen and 30% viscose, and the print is so sweet. So next we have the Alberta Street skirt. So it's a classic pencil skirt with unique anglier patch pockets. It has a waist yoke, double darts in the back, and a back kick vent. So it closes with a set-in zipper, though if you're more comfortable with an invisible zip, it would be very easy to swap. So the Alberta Street skirt comes in sizes US 00 to 20, which is a 34-inch hip to a 50-inch hip. Now to hold the shape of the skirt, you'll want to look for bottom weight fabrics like denim, canvas, corduroy, gabardine, and other stretch wovens. So I've picked this really cool Merchant & Mills organic block print cotton fabric. So I think the blue and white denim look is really accessible, but then this irregular block print stripe gives it some extra dimension. So it's quite thick, which is great for the structure of the skirt. I think it would just make such a cool piece, especially with that, with an exposed metal zipper. Really, really cool. Our last pattern in the Sew House 7 Spotlight is the Mississippi Avenue dress and top. This is such a cool take on the classic cami top and dress. So the bodice has this like angular cutout, and the center of the dress has this pointed panel that runs all the way down the front. Then there's an elastic channel that runs partially around the waist. So the neckline and armholes are finished with bias binding, and there's a sweet little tie that comes at the shoulder. So there's a blouse version as well as options for a knee or midi length dress. The Mississippi Avenue dress and top comes in sizes US 00 to 20, which is a 34-inch hip to a 50-inch hip. For this floaty slip dress, you'll want a lightweight woven fabric with plenty of drape. So think viscose, silk, or crepe de chine. For the Mississippi Avenue dress, I have picked one of my favorite prints. This is a Lady McElroy viscose challis in the print Floral River. I love all of these colors together, and it is one of the silkiest viscoses I've ever encountered. It is so lush and would make such a pretty dress. So I hope you enjoyed our spotlight on Sew House 7 patterns. Be sure to check out the Sew House 7 hashtag to see what other makers are up to, or search the hashtag from any of the patterns mentioned for more inspiration. So that's all from me today. Until next time, happy making. Bye!